Addison, as a child, was very funny and smart and outgoing. He was a very good-natured child, well-loved. One of the big differences between his older two siblings is that he just was never interested in reading or academics. But he was sports and playing with his pets was kind of what he enjoyed doing. Addison has been an average student and needed a little extra tutoring along the way, and then the flood of 2016, and at the same time his mother and I were going through a divorce.
Having to deal with the flood at the same time as the divorce was stressful. It was overwhelming, really, for myself, and I can only imagine what it was for the kids. I mean, it was difficult. Addison started having bad grades in school. His teacher would contact us and tell us that he hadn't been doing assignments.
He just took a nosedive academically. He ended up failing out of the 8th grade. All his buddies went off to high school and he was left behind, and his options academically were very limited at that point.
There was something wrong. He would just shut down. He wouldn't say anything. If you'd ask him a question and he'd get upset, he would just not talk. From that point, we took him to see several counselors.
We almost lost him, and I don't mean that lightly. Like, before he came to the ranch, he was threatening suicide. And I mean, all you have to do is look on social media or pick up a magazine or a newspaper today about kids that are committing suicide because of their stresses and stuff, and that's where we were.
Faith has been just instrumental, and that's the reason he's here. We have a Bible study with a very close friend of ours, and we just talked about our issues with him, and the wife said, "Have you heard of Heritage Ranch?"
At Heritage Ranch, whenever we have a child that is in crisis, our first goal, first and foremost, when they come into our program is twofold. One is, how do we create an environment where the crisis can stabilize, whatever it looks like? And how do we create enough structure that those immediate crises begin to cease and decrease, and that the family can breathe a little bit? You have some families that come in and they've been in a state of stress for years. They love their kids so much, they've given so much that they're exhausted. So our first goals are stability and rest.
It was a godsend for us because it was close to our house, and then the mandatory counseling for the family was instrumental and something that we really needed and wanted. I learned that he was dealing with anxiety, and I didn't know to what level it was, and so just knowing that part of it has helped me understand what he's going through, and I can help him deal with his anxiety and his issues.
Giving Addison a safe place to talk about things and have that facilitated has been awesome.
Once that stability happens, we get to a point where we really can start to focus on how are we going to be the healthiest after Heritage Ranch. So the goal now is, how do we make sure that they have all the skills so that when he goes home permanently, the family unit can thrive, that he can thrive academically, and that he's really on a permanent road for success, so that he'll never need our services again and he'll only come back to visit as an alumni.
It's helped a lot so far at the ranch. They're caring people, they're really kind, and they'll help anyone that's struggling with their past or with a loss that has made them change a lot. My goals for my family are just having better communication with them and just having a stronger bond that we didn't have in the past. I would like to be closer to them and just being with them again.
When I see Michael or any of our other boys on a daily basis, whatever they went through, that cycle has been broken, and that they have the absolute fullness to pursue any dreams that they have. And so the ultimate goal for me isn't what happens 2 or 3 years from now. It's the testimony 20 years from now when hopefully I can meet their kids, and what we did here is creating that level of change.